Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back on our Fortnite video, and in today's video I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to get better in solo Fortnite, and as well just some of the tricks and techniques that I use going into every single gunfight, and just kind of my strategy when it comes to solos, and I'm going to be going over that in this video. And before we get into the video, I have a weekly V-Buck giveaway. I'm going to be giving away V-Bucks every single Friday, and if you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you guys need to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and as well subscribe to my second channel. I post a ton of really good content on there, so make sure you guys do subscribe. Turn on my post notifications, and as well leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And if you guys would like to support me as a creator in the item shop, all you have to do is go over to the item shop, go into the bottom right hand corner, support a creator, and type in my code. My code is Young Humor. Type it in and you guys will have me supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get to the video. Alright, so in this video for the gameplay I have in the background, I did it a little bit different and I want to hear you guys' opinion on this. So I changed it up a little bit for this video. Instead of just having like a gameplay where I got like 14 or 15 kills, I actually had like 4 or 5 games in this gameplay, and I kind of just broke up and went to the kills right when I killed the players. So I feel like it was a little bit better because I'm constantly just going to the kills rather than showing a little bit slower gameplay. Because I'm showing the entire gameplay, I'm not showing as many kills, but when I'm speeding it up a little bit, showing all these different gameplays, I can show probably like 25 to 30 kills, just because I'm showing you guys so many gunfights I'm going into, and not really showing a lot of just running around and different things like that. So definitely let me know if you guys like these like this style a little bit better, or if you guys would rather just see the gameplays of me getting all the 13, 14, 15 kills, which I also did drop a 20 kill gameplay just the other day. But definitely let me know which one you guys would prefer, because I could do a lot more of them. Alright, so getting into this video, the one thing that I really like about solos is when you're playing solos, you're not relying on a teammate, it's just all you by yourself. I think it's a really good way to improve just by itself, not really having to worry about a teammate. You can make all the decisions whether you want to play a little bit slower, maybe you want to play a little bit quicker. Really depends. You really you're not really stuck playing in one sort of play style, because it happens more times than not. You go into a gunfight and maybe your teammate goes down, then it's going to force you to play a little bit more aggressive and maybe force you to play in a play style that you really don't want to play in. And it happens all the time where I get into a situation where my teammate ends up dying and I have to push a guy that I don't really want to push, and it would have been a lot better if I just sat back. So playing solo definitely has a lot of benefits when it comes to that, and as well when it comes to solos you don't have a teammate. But one of the best things that I do all the time is I constantly look for third-party gunfights. And trust me, when it comes to finding people to get third-partied on, because it's something that's very easy to do. If you're really looking for it, you can find them pretty much the majority of times. And just the reason being, it's super easy because when two people are focused on each other, it just gives you a big opportunity to make a ton of plays, and it's just really easy to do, and you're going to be knocking off a lot of players a lot quicker doing so. So always looking for third parties is going to be a great way to pick up a lot of kills really fast and also very easily. And when it comes to doing so, I think there's 2 ways to go about it. And one of those ways, it could be the start of the game or anything like that, maybe mid-game. You're basically just running across and you happen to see 2 people in a gunfight. And of course, that's going to be very easy. Just go for the player that looks a little bit weaker on HP. So if you see a guy's shield get knocked off, aim for that player trying to finish him off, and then go for the other player that you would have fought. And also another way you can create third parties is something that I like to do, and it's really takes a little bit of practice to get used to it, but it's basically one of the situations in which I'm doing here. Say I'm fighting a guy right now, I'm up in a build fight or whatever the case may be, and another person tries to come up. They're starting to join in the fight, jump in the build fight, anything like that. So as soon as they come into the build fight, one thing that I can do is I can just box up and wait for the other 2 players to fight. So I know if they're going to fight, because pretty much every player in this game, they're not going to be trying to focus on just one player unless they're teaming up or something like that. Which is actually kind of funny, because I haven't seen people team up in such a long time. But in this gameplay, I think towards the end of the video, you guys are going to see it. I actually was playing a solo game and I ran into 2 people teaming up, which was honestly kind of a surprise because I haven't seen that in so long. I basically just looked up and I see a guy sniping, and then right next to him is a guy spraying me with an AR. I was just so confused, but they were really easy kills. I was able to pick them off very easily. But anyways, if you're in a fight, fighting another player, another guy comes up, he wants a third party and hops into the fight. If you just box up, eventually I would say even if it takes a little bit longer, it could take 10 seconds, 15 seconds, or maybe even shorter. Eventually, they're going to start fighting each other. I mean, it's just going to happen if they're in the fight, unless the guy's just, camping on top of a hill, a good 200 meters away. In that case, I would try to fight the guy that's right underneath you, try to pick him off very quickly, and then go for the guy on top of the hill. But more times than not, that's what I would recommend doing, is just boxing up, let the other two players fight or start fighting, and then maybe just knock the structure down. Maybe just stand a little bit off and just get shots off with your AR. Or really just go for any play that you want to go for, because if once they're going to be fighting, they're not going to be focused on you at all, so it's just going to make it a really easy gunfight, because no matter what, even if you aren't able to get a kill and the other player gets the kill on the guy that you wanted to, it doesn't really matter because you'd have taken no damage. And basically after that fight, after the two people start fighting, it's going to be pretty simple if you go right into the challenge, because on top of that, right after the gunfight, probably more than likely one player is going to be weak, the guy who doesn't die, because unless the guy just one-shot him with a combat shotgun because he was already weak, more times than not that player is going to be low on HP. So it's a win-win gunfight, and this is something that I do all the time when I play duos, is I focus on the player that's fighting my teammate, because it's super easy, they're never expecting it, and it just allows for a ton of very easy kills, because I'm shooting at a guy who's not even looking at me and completely focused on my teammate. So it's basically kind of the exact same thing, but instead of having a teammate in duos and they're focusing on my teammate, they're just focusing on another player in the game. And that's what I would recommend doing, is trying to make third parties happen a lot, and you can get a lot of kills from it. And right after I kill the guy in this gameplay, that's exactly what you're going to see. So I go down here, I kill the player in this box, catch him off guard. And so the next gunfight I'm going to go into, I'm just going to third party and absolutely destroy everyone that's right here. So I immediately land on top of a player, he wasn't ready for it. The second guy I was able to tag for 40 damage. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to kill him. The other player must have got a little bit more damage on him. And then I come down and kill the third player. Very simply, I took no damage whatsoever except for the storm. So that's just a perfect example. And even though I didn't get the kill on the second player because I wasn't able to get the damage off, either way, it really didn't even matter, because either way I still got 2 kills in that gunfight when I could have easily had 3, and at the exact same time I was at no risk of taking any damage except for the first player that could have gotten potentially a shot on me. But other than that, he wasn't going to do a ton of damage because I was able to pick him off very quickly and I already had that first shot off. So the max damage he was going to do either way is going to be 70 damage. But anyways, I was able to fight those 3 players without taking any damage whatsoever. And if I were to try to fight them when they were focused on me, it would have been almost nearly impossible, because trying to pick off 3 players who are focused on you is very difficult, and that's like playing like solo versus squads. I haven't played that in a really long time. I know with the shield in the game now, it's still pretty possible because you're going to have a lot of HP, but I haven't really played a lot of solo versus squads since Siphon was in the game, HP and mats per kill. Back then I played it all the time, but nowadays I really haven't played it too much. I'm just focusing on solos, and then from time to time I might play some solo duos. And also the last thing that I want to touch on in this video is that when it comes to fights, there's not really too much you can control about this, but you want to always try to get the first shot off on the other player. And just the reason being, I think when it comes to the combat shotgun in this game, with the shotguns, I think it really just comes down to whoever gets the first shot is more than likely going to win the fight. Because really when it comes to the combat shotgun and the way the damage is, it really just is a accuracy contest. Whoever gets the first shot is 99.9% of the time going to win the gunfight. And this is true every single time. If I'm right next to a player and we both have combat shotguns, whoever gets the first shot off is more than likely 90% of the time going to be winning the gunfight, just because the way the gun is, and the max damage you can do, or the max way you can kill someone if they have 200 HP is going to be in 2 shots if you get a body and a headshot. But more than likely you're not going to be hitting for the body and headshot, you're going to be hitting for 3 body shots. And if you're going against someone who also has a combat shotgun as well, if they got that first shot off, there's just no way you're going to be able to kill the player any quicker, just because the other guns in this game, the SMGs, the drum gun, anything like that, is going to be not even close to as good as using a combat shotgun. And this happens all the time, you guys can definitely see it, is every single time you're in a gunfight, close range, or anything like that, it really just is a spray off with the combat shotgun. You rarely ever see people use drum guns, SMGs, or anything like that. They're using a assault rifle close range, and everything else is pretty much going to be the combat shotgun. And if they're not using the combat shotgun, it's going to be at a point in the game where they haven't found one, because that's just kind of the meta and the way the gun is. It's just super good at close range, and there's no reason to even maybe shoot a shot with the combat shotgun, switch to your SMG, kind of how it was with the pump SMG. It's basically just combat all the way, and just a spray off with the combat. So you always want to try to get that first shot. If you don't, you're going to be at such a huge disadvantage, and you're better off just disengaging or boxing in, trying to get off a heal or two before going back to that fight, because otherwise you're more than likely 99% of the time going to be losing that gunfight. And with that being said, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, hope you guys liked it, and if you guys could, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my notifications so you're notified for every single new video, and alright guys, I'll see you next video.